Well, it's disappointing. It's someone will say it's catastrophic because you look at the pedigree of the BlackStars when it comes to the African Nations Cup, 4-time champions, several finals, and in the last 3 editions, the team has retrogressed. It speaks volumes of how deep our football has sunk in the last couple of years, and you won't take it from afar. The blame would have to be shared by the key stakeholders, and starting with the government and the Ministry of Sport, who have seemed to have an indifferent attitude when it comes to the BlackStars and the development of football in the nation. When was the last time we spoke about proper juvenile football development in the country? It's just been zero, and it only benefits a few people who have made private investment and then would have an alliance with the GFA or the national team coaches to get their players in there instead of the right development and the right talent being moved into the national team. This goes a long way to tell us that the transition, even from the junior teams, back in the days when you see the national team failing to excel at a competition, you know that the next crop of talent would be available to get it right. After Mali 2002, that team had to be broken off with Sika, Kono, Alex Nyako, and the rest going off. You knew that the next crop of talents going to take over the team, Steven Appiah, Lai Kensen, Solomon Tari, Michael Essien, just took over the team, and that ensured our qualification to Egypt 2006 and also the World Cup in 2006 for the first time ever. In 2009, when the under-20s won the World Cup, our team was just sunk. Steven Appiah was unavailable. Michael Essien was unavailable. Like Kensen, Solomon Tari were unavailable for the African Nations Cup. But we took only the U team and they managed to get things done right. The FA also have a fair blame to share. You know, their involvement in the activities of the technical team over the years has been just too poor. And it shows from the selection of the appointment of the coaches who have handled the team that this football association is a failure when it comes to electing or choosing coaches for the team. They start Kwesi Appiah, brought on Siki Akono. He couldn't perform. Milovan Raeva took over. It was just a bizarre output. Otto Addo took charge of the team. It wasn't really a progressive run, but at least there were signs of something positive coming. And then now, Chris Hutton, who stayed on, and it clearly gives you an indication of how terrible things have become. The final people who have to take this blame is the players themselves. There is no passion, there is no dedication, there is no willpower, there is no desire to even represent the national colors. And it speaks volumes of the national team culture. We've lost it as a nation. Players come to play as if they are being forced to represent their countries, which is not the case when they go to their clubs or even other nations having their players play for them. At this tournament, just look at the demeanor of our players in every single game and compare it to other nations. It speaks, how disappointing our national team culture has been, and for the players to get used to it. It's either you are a crony and you get a selection, or you are not part of the team, and we begged you to come and play for the BlackStars. And now it is only those who were born outside who definitely give an indication of how playing or representing the national flag means for them. Denis Odoi, Jiku have shown that when they are involved in the national team, they give their best. But for the rest who played here locally, Salisu, Sales, and the rest, they give zero output for us. And this is a wake-up call to the entire football family, the sports ministry, and then the presidency that football needs the involvement of the key stakeholders. Until we do things right, like Senegal have done, like Mali have done, and now South Africa is doing, we are going to fall deeper into the abyss.